So you're looking into Tampa and you're looking to make that move, but your main question is, where should I move? That's probably one of the main questions that me and James get as real estate agents from our clients, like, where should I move? In this video, we're going to be explaining to you the difference between North Tampa and South Tampa, because there are some major differences and a lot of things that you should be aware of before moving, so that way you can make the right choice on that particular part of Tampa you want to move. So stick around, we're going to jump into it right now. If this is your first time joining us on one of our videos, allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Jonathan.
I'm James.
We're real estate agents, but also content creators to show you all around the Tampa Bay area. And we just don't show you the real estate side. We show you like where to go, where to eat, and all the fun things to do. That way you get a real feel for what it's like when you're going to move to the Tampa Bay area. So if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you can stay up to date on all things Tampa. And if you happen to be making that move to the beautiful Tampa Bay area, please reach out to us. We'll love to help you or you and your family make a smooth transition over to the Tampa area. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
All right, so every part of Tampa has something good, pro and con to it. So without any rhyme or reason, we're just gonna pick. Let's start with South.
And South Tampa is pretty incredible, actually. South Tampa is the main hub, like where Tampa first originated, where Tampa first started. So they started like in the downtown area, and then they started like building outwards. Like Hyde Park, Bayshore, beautiful. They got Soho. They have South Tampa has a bunch of different districts, and they have it's really live. So South Tampa is going to be like the main hub of where like all the activities are. Like for instance, we have the Amalie Arena in downtown Tampa, or they have Curtis Hixon Park right by the Riverwalk, where they just have like tons of different activities and different festivals and different little pop-up events happening throughout the year. So, I mean, South Tampa has a lot of lively events that will get you out the house.
Basically. I also think price per square foot with real estate is going to be highest in South Tampa. Like Jonathan mentioned, it's the oldest, it's the most well-developed, a lot of pristine neighborhoods down there.
Just like Hyde Park.
It's like Hyde Park,
yeah.
We're close, I think almost with any big city, the closer you are proximity-wise to downtown, it's going to be more expensive to live there. South Tampa is a beautiful, beautiful place. Really, really a lot of shops, mom and pop boutiques there, like Jonathan mentioned, with the parks downtown. You're going to get a lot of events. Very lively place.
So also with South Tampa, it's going to be the closest you are going to get to the beach. Tampa really has no beaches, yeah. But when you consider, like when you say Tampa Bay, you're also considering St. Pete and Clearwater. So South Tampa, you can really just hop on the Gandy, which is like a paid toll. It's like an expressway that connects to the Gandy, and you can get straight to St. Pete there for the beach in like 20-30 minutes.
Or you can get to Clearwater from 275, right past the West Shore district, which is also, it's going to have all of our main malls. You got West Shore Mall, and then literally on the exact same road, a mile north, is International Plaza.
Stay tuned for West Shore Mall in specific. They're actually redeveloping that whole area. So you're going to see a bunch of new shops, a bunch of couple new high rises in there as well. So I mean, There's going to have a whole new development, and we'll touch base on that as well as time goes on, because that's going to be planned for the next few years up and coming. So that's going to be a little snippet.
So what we could do is we could just slowly start south and move our way up to the north. So once you get a little bit north of downtown Tampa, you're going to hit the Heights.
Oh yeah,
Tampa Heights, Seminole Heights. Those are much older neighborhoods as well. A lot smaller lots, but you get those old craftsman style bungalows with a ton of charm. And in the past 10 years, that has become a major, very trendy spot to buy property. So you have a lot of people going in, fixing them up, trying to keep that charm though. So it's definitely raised the price per square foot.
Also, it's right by Armature Works too, as well. So I mean, that's going to be one of the main spots to go where everyone just sort of gathers and has a great time. They have this like a big like food hall, if you will, but they also have like a rooftop spot overlooking the river, the Tampa River as well. So I mean, that's a pretty cool spot to go to where everyone just brings everyone together. Everyone just has a good time, walks the Riverwalk.
That's a good point. The Hillsborough River runs right up and hugs the Heights, Tampa Heights and Seminole Heights. So you get all the cool spots along the river, some really cool homes with river access.
And not to mention the total redevelopment of Tampa Heights, which is coming up as well.
Yeah.
So that's like I was mentioning before, they're going to redevelop the West Shore Mall area as well. So you can see a lot of new high rises and stuff like that. Also, they're doing the same thing for the Heights area, just south of the Armature Works. So you're going to see a lot of new buildings. I believe there's going to be like 4 or 5 new high rises. So that's going to offer a lot of new places to live, new condos, new apartments, and they're also going to have a whole new like training facility as well. So I mean, you'll see it'll be a whole new development in downtown area, or Seminole Heights, which is going to be south of downtown.
So yeah, that's a very good point too. So considering that type of lifestyle, if you're in the Heights, which is technically north of Tampa or South Tampa, like we were talking about south, it's going to be a little bit more price per square foot. So the further you go north, that's where you get the bang for the buck as far as real estate goes.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So like say if you're getting more towards like the North Tampa, that's when your price starts to come down, because that's when it's going to be a little bit fairly newer. Some of them, like say for instance, like in the Bruce B. Downs area, a lot of that development started in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. And then you could go more north too, like the suburb, like Wesley Chapel, where you're getting a brand new construction as well.
Brand new, with all the incentives too. So bigger lots. I would say one of the benefits of maybe a little more north and south is schools. You know, you have a lot of charter schools. We just did a video on the master plan community of Avalon Park. There's several of those north, and within their community, they have their own charter schools, and they're usually A-rated. So,
well, also like the main difference, like too, when you get in schools, like Tampa has a lot of nicely A-rated schools. Yeah. But the main difference I'll say between like the north and south, the north is going to be more like family orientated. Yeah, it's going to be more prone towards like, you know, the events and activities for like families, versus like the not to say South Tampa is not prone towards family as well. That's where you get like a lot of the activities and like a lot of like the high rises in downtown. So it's more, I'll say a little more geared towards like more like a younger
family perhaps, because it does have the hustle and bustle of downtown because it is so close to it. Wesley Chapel, San Antonio, Florida, not San Antonio, Texas, both are about 30 to 45 minutes north of Tampa on 75. So you really, like Jonathan said, you really have a more communal vibe. It's definitely geared towards families, a little bit slower pace, but you get a lot more bang for the buck as far as real estate goes. So South Tampa, the original Tampa, if you will, considering downtown and then all the residential south of it was some of the first neighborhoods built. So real estate wise, definitely more price per square foot. A lot of nice neighborhoods down in South Tampa. We have Bayshore Boulevard, which hugs the bay, West Shore on the other end. And as far as downtown,
oh,
yeah.
Downtown, Hyde Park, you got Soho. Hyde Park's actually going to be it's going to be the most expensive place to live in the Tampa Bay area. With the average price of a house is going to be $1.6 million. It's a huge difference, like between like say the most expensive part of Tampa versus like if you go more north Tampa, which the average price of a house is right around $430,000. That's a big difference on which type of home you want, what's your budget. And also like lifestyle be great too, but also the factors in what's your budget a lot for.
Yeah, so, your budget will definitely go further in north than south.
Oh, yeah.
Smaller lots in South Tampa. There's just an older, they didn't make them real big back then. So we got the craftsman style bungalows right around downtown in the Heights area. What do you think about lifestyle in South Tampa?
Lifestyle in South Tampa is probably which I prefer, just because I'm really outdoorsy. I like to go to like different activities. I just like to walk area and just enjoy the outside. And not everyone like that. So food is actually incredible in Tampa Bay, South Tampa, and more specific, because that's actually going to be where we have our 5 Michelin star restaurants. It used to be 3, but we just got 2 more Michelin star restaurants added to the pack. So our food scene is growing by the day, and there's so many new restaurants popping up, so many places to eat at, so many different types of cuisine. So I mean, the food scene in Tampa is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, downtown Tampa specific and South Tampa. What do you think about events? All the parks we have downtown, things like that.
Man, the events are endless in South Tampa.
Gasparilla.
Gasparilla right on Bayshore, beautiful. So it's going to be right where it hugs the bay. And Bayshore, matter of fact, is going to be the longest continuous sidewalk in the world. So I mean, that's a fun fact about Tampa. And at Bayshore, you'll just have multi-million-dollar houses overlooking the bay. And then that's where one of the biggest. It's actually the third largest parade in the United States, which is the Gasparilla Parade. So they always have a bunch of different events like that, or like in Curtis Hixon Park, where they're doing all types of for St. Patty's Day, for instance, they paint the river green, and then everybody dresses up. In the winter time, they have an ice skating ring out there. They're doing multiple concerts. So downtown area is pretty live in Tampa. Versus say if you go to North Tampa. North Tampa, you would have to travel to South Tampa to attend all these events. However, but if you're in North Tampa, they have activities too. So they're going to have a theme parks.
They have several. So just to recap real quick. So South Tampa, I think we can both say, is a little more hustle and bustle.
Yes.
A little more active.
Go.
There's always something happening in downtown and South Tampa. But right, to Jonathan's point, North Tampa does have its fair share of things happening. I think that it's a little bit more geared towards families, though.
Yes, without a doubt. And we're not saying that South Tampa ain't geared towards families as well, but North Tampa is mainly is going to be more suburban area. So you're going to have your malls, and you're going to have your museums. They have Mosey out there, the Museum of Science and Industry. They also have some cool things to do out there as well, like Busch Gardens, which they're going to have plenty of roller coasters, a huge safari type amusement park. They're going to have a bunch of animals, Tampa Bay Zoo. Used to formerly called Laurie Park. They also have Adventure Island, a water park as well. So I mean, they do have a lot of activities happening up in North Tampa.
North Tampa is a fun place too.
Plus, if you're a golfer, North Tampa is a spot to be. There's endless golf courses in North Tampa.
Pebble Creek, all the Hunters Greens. There's plenty because there's just more space up there. It's not quite as developed, so bigger homes.
Not to mention the trails.
If
you're outdoorsy, they have a lot of outdoor trails and wildlife. You can see everything from gators to birds to basically everything nature-wise is going to be in North Tampa. There's endless amounts of trails.
Yeah. How about real estate in North Tampa?
Real estate's definitely going to get a lot more bang for your buck out there. So I mean, you'll find some new communities in North Tampa. A
lot of new communities.
But for a lot of it was probably, or the majority was built out in, I would say, late 90s, early 2000s. Versus South Tampa, which you have a lot of the houses in the 50s and 60s and early on, depends on which district you're in. So I mean, North Tampa, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. You're also going to get a little bit more real estate as well, a little more square footage, a little bit more yard as well. So I mean, that's going to be, it all depends on whether or not you want to be in a community, you want to be have a lot of yard versus if you want to be in a high rise, or if you want a really expensive house in a small area. So it all depends on it all depends on your lifestyle and how close you want to be, and also your budget as well.
Very good point. Got to take into account where you're at in your life and your budget. So to recap, North Tampa, like Jonathan said, bigger homes, larger lots, a lot of new communities too. We've done several videos on. They're popping up all the time. Avalon Park, you have the lagoons.
Oh yes.
There's plenty of attractions in North Tampa, and also great incentives too. So if you're a first-time home buyer, or you have a large family, North Tampa is definitely a great option.
That's a great point you just made too, because you're not going to have new communities in South Tampa, so you're not going to get a lot of those new community incentives. So I mean, that's going to be it all depends. You want to go buy an older house and buy a little more expensive at a higher interest rate, or if you want something brand new and you want to take advantage of all they're buying down the interest rate, and them also offering you a good amount towards closing costs. All depends on what builder it is.
Either one of those might might tip the scale one way or the other, right? If you're one's a little more cash heavy, one's a little bit more incentive heavy, and they're out there right now too with all the new developments. New construction's is a great option for a lot of people because you can keep cash in your pocket. So,
but needless to say, I mean, Tampa just in general, it depends on whether you're north or south. They just got a ton of things to do, and it all depends. There's a lot of stuff happening in South Tampa. There's also some pretty cool things about North Tampa as well. If you want to look like it further about all of Tampa, I did a full Tampa vlog. I could put like right here. I also did like the top 25 things to do in Tampa as well. I can put that right here. So I mean, you'll see like there's endless things to do. However, it all depends like the difference between north and south. I would say the main difference is also like the activity wise and like the real estate as well. Like, the one's gonna be more expensive than the other.
It's a good point. And if you go through our content, you know, Jonathan, we've made a lot of videos about the individual aspects of both the north and south. There's also, you just reach out to us. That's a real easy way. We'd be happy to talk more in depth and go over the options of both.
Yeah, without a doubt. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'll love to discuss it further. Which specific place is going to be right for you? Because everybody's different. You know, no two persons the same. You know, so that's it. All depends. We just can't really say, oh, this person needs to go here or this person needs to move here. I mean, that's really up to you and your lifestyle. So, and also budget as well.
All right, so we'll put a pin in it right there. It's hard to know when to stop when you're talking about where you live. We could rattle on about Tampa all day, but I feel like we highlighted some of the main differences between north and south. And of course, I know we covered a lot of information. If you have any questions or would like to talk further, please reach out to Jonathan or myself.
Definitely. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'll love to answer any further questions you may have about Tampa or the Tampa Bay area. I mean, we're experts in all things Tampa, even the surrounding cities and suburbs. So we'll love to help you or you and your family make a smooth transition. We'll put a link to all of our information in the description below. And until next time, we'll catch you guys on the next video.